Hello there. This is Dr.Genuks in air again. Welcome to see the next part of my introductory video to Manga Studio 5. And today I decided to introduce to your attention the such significant part of drawing process, production process. It's a line art. Line art actually it's essential part because we can do any comic without a smooth and clean line art line work. As I can see, the most part that is introduced by next generation of Manga Studio is pretty much similar to previous versions, but it also has numerous limitations as well. Likewise, instruments appears to be tricky, and without a certain knowledge of the matter, you can't do yourself familiar so quickly with all secrets and hidden functions. I'm going to introduce you now some tricks I've found by means of experiments, by means of challenge. For example, the Bezier curve. The Bezier curve is our staple. It's our fundamental part of constructing any building, any shape in our scene. I was like as usual. I was interested if I can make the tip of this curve any controlled by demand. And for this, I've explored much function regarded to a pen tool, especially such as correction. Um, but it made nothing. It caused nothing because it has no connection, no relation to curved line. For this version of Manga Studio, we have a couple ways to draw a smooth line, like we could draw just a simple line selected it plainly from the set section, and here you can see but how to achieve a the very own line, the very smooth line we actually need to paint through our featured shape, like if we can control it by our demand. So this is very tricky, the most trickiest part of our process, and let us see if we could manage it by means of pen ink, the pen subtool. Definitely we can't do that. Definitely we can't. No matter however, we could now construct the continuous sequence line query with holding Shift key. We could extend the line anywhere along we like. Still, if you can see, the tip of this line remains to be dull and blunt, and we can't manage anything with that. But if I'd like, in previous version, I was accustomed myself to have controlled the line by pen pressure to simulate the dynamics, like it actually showed here. So I prefer another one way to create such clean line, likewise by means of direct, it's called here direct draw tool in Manga Studio, direct draw sub tool. Also, let me reveal you a little trick. So you can do it by means of a curve roller, and achieve a very interesting result. For example, if you prefer such a method, so you can just process this path with your ink and achieve the result you like. This is also interesting method, but as you can see, you could draw nowhere but under this line. Still, if you'd like to absolutely control your point, your curve, you need to select to choose something more controlled and more predictable, like the Bezier curve. Bezier curve. So I've opened up the subtool details and look to the control section to check it out if I could manage the tip of our line. Brush shape you could select from the numerous of settings. Brush tip, spray and effect, stroke. Stroke does nothing for us. Texture correction, starting and end, started brush size, thickness, and by changing this method, starting, please look at this, how it's going to change the tip of line. We could control the thickness. We could control the thickness with like so. By means of this. By means of these settings, we could control the length and thickness of the point top of our fuchsia line. So, if it appears to be okay for you, you could also select any you could also select any controlling option like a cubic Bezier, spline, or quadratic Bezier. Actually, I accustomed myself to much use of quadratic Bezier, which you can see here, and I'm going to process like for next curved shape of my featured object. Um, Let me remind you here, I'm trying to construct the cityscape, the city building, taking into consideration my perspective, my horizon line here. I've drawn it before. Uh, you could control it by means of this instrument operation tool. You could control the point every way you need, and maybe it will be better to read off a grid here. So, moving on the perspective, by moving on the vanishing point, you could decide which one will look better, will fit more smoothly and more correctly to our horizon, our atmosphere. Um, and I suppose we could achieve the best result in perspective drawing. It's something like an architect planning, like an architect construction. Uh, so processing in such way, processing one by one, we could expect a completely cityscape for within a very short time. Thank you for watching. To be continued with the main character shape in line artwork.